Look, I hate all the science shit that's on social media about losing fat, getting into shape, etc. But I can guarantee you by the end of this video, you're gonna know how to lose all your body fat in only 6 weeks. If you do need help with any of these things, if you do need help losing body fat, building muscle, then do message me the word GO, G-O, on Instagram. And I'll give you more information on how you can drop 20 to 40 pounds in the next 90 days, right? So as I embark on my first ever cut, I've kind of come to realize that there's a very, very simple way to lose body fat that is just not spoken about enough, right? And that's basically what I like to call mini aggressive cuts, okay? So say in Transcenders program, we basically teach this to all the people trying to lose fat while maintaining or building muscle, right? And it's the reason we're able to see results like some of these. For example, Yusuf over here, I can't remember exactly, I think it's 25 kilograms in 3 months. Another guy here, 30 kilograms in 3 months. All these people have managed to lose this type of weight by following the process that I'm going to be speaking to you about today, which is, again, like I said, a mini cut program or mini aggressive cut program, sorry. So to begin with, the first question you might have is obviously how long is a mini cut supposed to be? And in general, you don't want to cut for more than 4 to 6 weeks, I'd say. 4 to 8 weeks, you can stretch it out for 7 to 8 weeks if you really want to. But I would never ever go longer than 8 weeks on a cut, right? A lot of people on the internet preach, oh, cut for 12 weeks, 16 weeks. It's all about consistent, slow, steady progress, right? Well, that's bullshit. Well, the reason I know that cutting for longer than 8 weeks is bullshit is because what a lot of people don't tell you is the longer you cut, the longer you're in a calorie deficit, the higher the chance of you losing muscle will become, right? So what is a calorie deficit? You have your maintenance calories, which is how many calories you need to eat every single day to basically maintain the weight you're at, right? So let's say you're 100 kilograms. What you want to do is you want to go on Omni Calculator. Omni Calculator is probably my favorite calculator for calculating maintenance weights, weights to bulk up, weights to lose weight, etc. So go on Omni Calculator, bulking calculator, right? And what you want to do, give out all your information, male, female, whatever you are, however old you are, your height, your age, and your activity levels, right? Those I think are the main 5 things you want to give it, and it will spit out a maintenance calorie for you. So again, like I said, maintenance calories is basically how many calories you intake every single day to maintain your weight. If you're bulking, you want to eat more than that. If you're cutting, you want to eat less than that, right? We're talking about cutting today, losing body fat as quickly and as effectively as possible without compromising muscles, without compromising basically the negative effects of losing weight, right? So your body isn't supposed to be in a calorie deficit. It's not healthy for your body to be in a calorie deficit. Why? Because obviously calories are energy. Your body needs energy to maintain a state, right? So the longer you're in a calorie deficit, the more you give time for your body to basically eat muscles in order to stay alive, right? So you're not feeding your body enough, so it starts basically feeding on itself to stay alive. And when it doesn't have enough energy to feed on, then it starts feeding off muscles, because you might not have enough fat to feed on, you might not have enough carbs to feed on, so it starts feeding on your muscles instead, right? And that's why the best thing you can do when you're on a cut is cut for the shortest amount of possible time, aggressively, and then maintain for a few weeks and see where you're at from there, right? So I'm 83 kg when I started my cut. 2 weeks in, I've lost about 5 kg, meaning I'm sitting at 77, 78 kg, right? It's currently the weight I'm sitting at. When I weighed myself in the morning today, I was 77.2, if I'm not mistaken. That is almost a 5 kg net difference from when I started my cut 2 weeks ago. And the reason I managed to do that is because my maintenance calories is about 3,000, and I'm currently eating about 2,000, even 1.6k calories on some days, right? I'm gonna make a completely different video about my diet, what I'm eating, and stuff like that. But just to summarize, I'm gonna put up some meals here as well of what I eat in a day and what that currently looks like. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm eating about 1,000 to 1.2, 1.5 calories in deficit, right? Which is quite aggressive. But that's basically the whole point of these mini aggressive cutting programs, right? Is you want to cut as quickly as possible, so you give your body less time to lose muscle, And then after 4 to 8 weeks, you want to maintain for about a week or two. So you want to ramp up your calories, you want to ramp up your carbohydrates, your fats as well by a bit, and you basically want to eat enough to maintain the weight you're on. So let's say I were to start maintaining today. I did eat enough calories to maintain my body weight at 77 kg, okay? I do that for a week or two, and then after the week or two, I go back into an aggressive cut until I get to the body weight that I want or the physique that I want. And yeah, from there you just take it, do whatever you want with it. So let's say you lose all your body fat, what happens next? Do you have enough muscle? If not, do you start bulking? Do you start lean bulking? What's next? Obviously, if you need any help with that, just drop me a message on Mo Fitness on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. While on a cut, it is pretty important to track calories. When I bulked, the very first time I bulked from 60 kg to 83 kg, I did not track calories at all, right? I just ate. If my weight was going up, then I carried on eating what I was eating. If it didn't go up, then I increased what I ate, right? On a cut, I think it's very important to track calories because you don't want to be in a cut that's too aggressive to the point where you do start losing muscle mass. But at the same time, you don't want to cut too, let's say you don't want to go 500 calories into a deficit, because that would definitely take a lot longer than 4 to 8 weeks, right? So usually 1,000 calories in deficit is a sweet spot. You still have enough energy to do things, you still have enough leeway with your diet to eat stuff that you still like. But maybe also you need to change some things around, like you can't eat too much fried food, or else there's basically no point in cutting, right? Because oils are one of the first or one of the most important things to cut out when you want to lose body fat. So that kind of brings me on to the next point, where is what sort of macros do you want to look at when you are cutting, right? So in terms of protein, you want to keep it as high as possible during these 4 to 8 weeks, right? You want to give your body as much energy as possible in terms of protein, to basically supply your body or your muscles with the required amino acids to carry on growing, or at least maintain, right? So in order to do that, you want to eat at least 2 times your body weight in kilograms in protein. If you are 82 kg, you want to eat 164 grams of protein, right? When it comes to carbs, a lot of people have this misconception that you want to cut out carbs completely when you are cutting, but that's definitely not the case. Carbs are one of the main sources of energy for your body, and if you're working out, which is something you have to do if you do want to maintain muscle, if you do want to actually add muscle, you do need to work out. And obviously when you're working out, you do need energy, right? So carbs are very important. That's why you want to go for around a gram per body weight. So again, if you weigh 80 kg, you want to go for 80 grams of carbs, no more than 1.5 grams. So no more than 120 grams of carbs a day should be good for on a cut. And then finally, fats, you want to aim for about 0.5 to 0.7 grams per kg of body weight, right? This is basically, in summary, how to do a mini cut or a mini aggressive cut. It's very short bursts of cutting followed by maintenance, and then a repeat of that process, right? With obviously all the information I told you. At the end of the day, you don't want to be in a deficit for too long. You don't want to start lacking too much energy. You don't want to start feeling tired all the time. And that's why this is literally the perfect solution. You can cut body fat as quickly as you can. This is the fastest way to cut body fat, but you still maintain high energy for just day-to-day tasks, going to the gym, etc. Right? So yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. If you do need more help, or you do want my free guide on basically everything I just spoke about in written form, where it's a lot more concise, it's a lot more impactful, because I do ramble on quite a lot.